Hello everybody. So, quick update about the Duel League. It is going ahead. Like someone was asking, is it still going? Yeah, of course, it's still going ahead, and it's going to be kicking off on April the 4th as planned. Now, there are a couple of things I just want to go over, little updates. So let's just have a look at this screen. I've not updated this yet. So the rest of the world region, the top three are the competitive groups. So the rest of the world region, it only has myself and my buddy Durdles in that league, so that is not going to be happening. So myself and Durdles, we are available as a reserve player for some other part of the world if needed. So yeah, if you need someone, please ask. I'll be happy to play if I have the time. The Americas region, again, unfortunately, I was told there would be more teams signing up for this, but it's not happened. There are only 2 teams currently signed up, and I've not really heard much from them either lately. But there's still time. There's still like a week to go before we kick off, roughly speaking. So if we do get a quick influx of more teams, then the Americas Competitive League will go ahead. We need a minimum of 4 for this to happen. I'm not willing to do it with just 2 or 3. The European League, on the other hand, I was expecting to get a decent number in here, but we've got more than I thought, to be honest. I thought we'd probably get up to sort of 8 was what I was hoping. And we currently have 10 teams. And again, we can still take some more teams on, so if you want to sign up for that, please go for it. We've got some interesting teams. Of course, the most interesting team for me personally, we've got Protozocker from the SDL Discord, who runs that and runs the SDL 1v1 league and everything. And he's teamed up with Vulcan HD, who is, the most popular streamer for Steel Division 2. So those 2 combined should be an interesting combo. We've got lots of other really good players. Some guys I don't really know, but yes, some interesting matchups in there too. So it's going to be a real full-on competitive league. So that's definitely going ahead. But if we get one more team who signs up, an 11th team, you will be a reserve team in case, there's some kind of unfortunate dropout. But it's probably not likely going to happen. But if that is the case, and we get to the second half of the season, then I will allow you to be recruited onto other teams. But any team can recruit extra players throughout the season, because I am more concerned about the scheduling, because most teams at the moment, it seems to have just like 2 players in each team. There's 1 or 2 teams with 3 players, but I really do suggest you get at least 1 extra player just for scheduling. Think about your opponents. It's going to help out. Just have someone say, if you can play like the odd game here and there just to help out if needed, because it can be really awkward to schedule. But given that we're in the same regions here in Europe, then yeah, keep that in mind. But I think for the Foxes team, they've got someone in there, so they've got a good number of members. So yeah, please, if you're listening, Farid and co, then try and get your teammates involved. I know there's internet issues for you as well, so get some reserves in there. Now for the lower leagues, this is more the handicap one. Unfortunately here as well, we've not managed to get up to 4 teams minimum in Europe and the Americas, which would just be a basic league format. So we're currently at 2 teams in Europe and 2 teams in the Americas lower league. So I'm just going to do a campaign system as things stand. But again, if more teams sign up, then we could go on to do an actual league. And I have asked teams if they wish, we can combine both the European and Americas lower level teams into a group, into a mini league of 4 teams. But that was not the idea. That's not what people signed up for. It's basically to sign up for so you can play people in your region, so it's convenient for everyone in terms of scheduling. So only if literally every player wants to do that, I'm willing to go ahead. But I'm looking forward to the campaign system. I'm going to make up some interesting game scenarios for you. And I might do... Yeah, it's generally going to stick to sort of the handicap system away, where it's like if you win a game, then all the divisions used in that game you will not be able to play for the rest of the season. So that's how the handicap system's going to kick into play here. And if a team is feeling especially beaten down after a couple of games, then I will add in some extra little handicap options to help out. So yeah, I want people to enjoy it, but have a decent competitive time as well. But we shall see how that goes, and that's going to work basically. Each team will be given a number of maps. So there are how many maps in total? There are 18. Yeah, 18 maps in total. So each team, if there's just two teams, will get 9 maps each, and you basically have to attack a map. And then if you lose a game, I'm going to add in a booby trap thing, where if someone attacks another of your maps that's booby trapped, then they get a deficit of some sort. So that's how that's going to work with the handicap system, as well as the divisions being banned from you for the rest of the season. So that is how that's looking. Just one more thing. For competitive teams, if you have a team name, then that would be nice to add. But I would need a list of your roster as well. I'm pretty much sure I've got everyone at the moment. And also, I've got back into my Procreate and do some digital drawing lately, and I'm having fun with that. So I'm going to try and make some team logos as well. If I have time, I'll try and bash them out. So if you've got a team name and some suggestions for what kind of logo you might want, maybe give me some kind of prompt, but nothing too crazy over the top. And I'll throw something out if I get time. So it'll be a bit of fun. I'm going to be putting the league on the challenge thing anyway, so but I might make up my own tables a little bit, like I did with the League of Legends a while back. Excuse me. Anyway, so now let's get to this other bit of business, which is the Super Noob. I believe we have. I can't really keep up with the count at the moment. I think there's like maybe 4 teams involved in this at the moment, and you can join this late because this is against the AI, and the way this is going to work, as it says here, it does say 4 times challenges. That is wrong. It is now times 6 challenges. It's going to be against the AI, and you basically have one. I'll give you a challenge on the 4th of April. What you have to do, there'll be deck codes in there as well. So whoever's got the deck codes, because I think there's one player who's only got the base game at the moment with no DLC, but every team has all the DLC at the moment. So that is going to be a bit of a requirement for some. And so I make up deck codes, and you have to play against that AI. You'll be given the map, you'll be given the deck codes before the game. Then you have to choose who you're going to play against. As you can see, you can choose medium, hard, very hard, or hardest. And if you beat medium, then you get 1 point. So if you beat medium on the first day of the challenge, then on the second day of the challenge, maybe you'll think, oh, I'm feeling really confident I can go up against very hard now. Then if you lose against that, then you maybe think, oh, no. Then in the last day, you can try and play against hard instead. If you beat hard, then you basically upload the replay of your best win, and then I will award you the 2 points. If there's anyone who uploads their replays late, I will ignore it or delete it. I won't take it into account. If it's like a few hours late or something because of the time difference, I'm in Vietnam, and I see it like on the next day, then I might let it go by. But generally speaking, yeah, this is more for fun, but if it's not too late. But if you're doing it like 2 or 3 days later, then it's too late. It's too late. The new post will be challenged, and then you just continue on with that. Again, if you don't have time in a particular week, as someone's mentioned, they're going to be away for like they probably have a couple of days to catch a game with their buddy. But if you miss one game, then I'll just assume that you played the AI, you got beat by it, you didn't get a win, you've not uploaded a replay, so you score 0 points that week. So there's 6 weeks, and then at the end of the 6 weeks, then you're all going to be put into the table, which I'll try and post this every week to show where everyone is and how many points they've got, how well they've done. And yeah, and at the end of this, after 6 games, there's going to be the option to then play against each other as well, if you wish. Again, it's completely optional, and the seeding will be according to where you've come in the table. So, like the top team will play against the lowest, and so on and so on and so on. All right, that is about it. Yeah, so if you're interested, I'm going to leave the link in the description for signing up. So go and fill in the sign-up form. You have to get on the Bootcamp Discord for the Super Noob. And if you want to go in for the competitive in any of these regions, I wouldn't recommend rest of the world. It seems pretty dead unless like 3 or 4 Chinese teams sign up like now, and Australian teams, but we need them within the next week. Yeah, the lower league, again, this is on boot camp. The Super Noob is on boot camp. The competitive ones will be run on the SDL Discord. So you're going to need, you don't even have to be part of the SDL Discord here. If you have one player in your team who is on this Discord, then as long as you've got someone to communicate with for other teams to arrange games, so that is important. That is about it, really. I just hope everyone has fun with this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to cast as many of the games as I can. I'm not going to be casting the Super Noob ones. I really doubt I'm going to be that interested in doing that. But I might set up some interesting scenarios, so it might be a bit of fun to do that. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm obviously going to be concentrated on the European competitive. There's going to be some like tasty battles in there. And another thing that I really should mention. Let me just check on the screen here. Oh, no, I've gone through that already. Yeah, I've checked that. But there are some... I've got a feeling there are some 2v2 maps. Most of the flags is 12-12 flags, so it's what people are used to. So the double tick comes at 15-9. But I do believe, if I recall correctly, give me a second, let me just check. Because I did note it in the rules. Where can I find the rules? Rules? 2v2 League rules document. Again, I will leave this in the description as well. Let me just check. Yeah, so, yeah, for the flags, this is important. To get a win, because it is the Eugene built-in clock we're using, 50-minute time limit. So you have to put that on. If you win, you get 3 points. If you draw, you get 1 point. If you lose, you get 0 points. Now, to get a draw, you have to have equal tickets or equal flags. Alright, so even if you're way ahead on the tickets, like you've almost ticked your opponent down to almost nothing, if the game ends and it's 12-12 on flags, it's a draw. I want to make that very clear to everyone here. To get a win, you have to have the most tickets and the most flags. Nothing has changed from what I've stated in the rules. I'm just reiterating this in case people don't remember or they missed that point. Because obviously not everyone reads the rules. I know what it's like with these things. So yeah, just to be clear about that. So, but there is an incentive to go for the win because you get 3 points. Playing for a draw, it might be a tactical option. Also, because of the size of the maps, let me just show you on the screen now. Here we are. As you can see, this is Brest West 2v2. And as you can see, the 1v1 map, I'm sure we're all familiar with that, will basically end, it cuts off about here. So the map is not going beyond this region. So there's only a little bit of extra map. Like maybe an extra 30%, 25%, somewhere around that ballpark has been added onto the map. And so the home player has the option, as stated in the rules, to have teams deploy with 500 points only at the start. That is the option of the home team, and it needs to be made clear at the very start of the game before anything happens in the pick and ban. You're the home team. You decide, is it going to be 500 points starting income or not, and then we start the pick and ban process with the maps. I just want to quickly make sure I'm not contradicting myself here. So yeah, league structure, game rules. Right, no, I will. So 5 maps. You got maps are selected, 5 maps, and a team takes turns to ban. Then the home team decides whether or not they wish to deploy with 500 points at the start or 750. That is the advantage of the home team. They get to pick. They get the final pick on the map out of the last 2 maps, and they also get to decide the deployment points. That is the little of home team advantage. All right. What more is there to say? I don't think there's much more to say other than I hope everyone has fun with this, and I am doing this league because I wish to continue it into the future. Maybe maybe twice a year. I think that will be a reasonable thing to expect at the moment. But we'll see how it goes. And yeah, please stick at it. Please have fun. If there's any questions, any problems, yeah, please contact me whenever, and I'll do my best to get in touch with you. But yeah, please do understand that I am in Vietnam, so there's going to be a time discrepancy in getting back with replies. That's about it. And yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Georgiou League soon. I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully, when we get to the second season, there'll be a bit more interest, and we'll have some teams in my region, so I can actually compete in it as well, which will be fun. But yeah, I'm not too fussed about playing or not playing. I enjoy setting these things up, and I'm looking forward to casting 2v2 games, which should be interesting. I hope some other people get involved too with the castings. Anyway, goodbye, and I'll be back with a Duel League update, probably mid-season. Oh, of course, because there's always something I'm forgetting to ramble on about, isn't there? Yeah, so in the competitive league, everyone will play each other once. Well, there's going to be, if at the current way it's standing, there's two groups of 5 in the competitive. So once everyone has played each other once and once only, you do not play each other twice straight away. Then we'll have like a mid-season look at the table, maybe have a chat about it, that kind of thing, and an overall review. Then we'll move into the second half of the season. And the game scheduling, it's basically you have a month to play 4 games against all 4 opponents. And I think, I'm not asking people to play, you have to play every week, but be reasonable. Try and get 1 done a week. If no one's played after 2 weeks, then I will be like, what you doing? Hurry up. Like, take other teams into consideration and try and get it all set up. Alright, so that's it. Officially, that is it. And let's just go back to the logo. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. Yeah, so if you want a team logo and you got your team names, then please post below in the comments or whatever, or DM me, post in the relevant tab on the Discord, and I'll get to it. Bye bye.